Chapter 1. When at 65, Barney Berkowitz decided to retire, why should only wage earners retire? He sold his small chain of 3 Army and Navy stores and entrusted the money, well over $2 million, to a money management firm. Then, since his employees had not thought of it, he bought himself a gold watch and had the back engraved to our beloved B.B. on his retirement from his grateful employees. As a person of means, he had always been involved somewhat in the temple in Barnard's Crossing. He had been a member of the board of directors for years, but never an office holder. Whenever it was suggested that his name be put on the list of candidates, he would shake his head, lowered and turned to one side, while at the same time wigwagging a hand to express complete negation. "No, boys, no honors for old B.B. I'll just stay in the background." Holding office might mean getting involved with one faction or another, whereas he tended to think of himself as an independent, a kind of elder statesman, giving advice to all factions. A little pot-bellied man with a round head, which was balding and rimmed with sparse, mouse-colored hair, he made a point of going to the Saturday morning services just to show that he could, even though his stores were open Saturdays. After his retirement, however, he would sometimes even drop in on the Daily Minion. But it was the Saturday services that he particularly enjoyed, especially when a bar mitzvah was to be celebrated. He enjoyed mingling with the large crowds, the boys' relatives and friends who crowded the sanctuary on those occasions, and then retired to the vestry for the inevitable collation. It was on one such occasion, a particularly lavish one, that he found himself thinking of his own bar mitzvah. His father had taken him to the tenement that served as a house of prayer in their neighborhood. It was on a weekday, and he had gone to school immediately after. His father had whispered to the shamus who was in charge of running the service, and when his name was called during the reading of the Torah, he had gone up to the reading table and recited the blessings he had been taught by an itinerant Rebbe. The passage from the scroll was read by the official reader, after which he gave the second blessing. And that was all. He had not been taught to read the passage for himself, nor did he read the section from the prophets. There was no party afterward, no celebration. His father, restive and glancing repeatedly at his watch, hurried him out as soon as the service was over, only nodding shortly to the 2 or 3 who wished him mazel tov, good luck. Then he went off to school, and his father to his job. That had been his bar mitzvah, and he had never been sure that he had actually undergone the rite. Had he really and truly been initiated into the tribe? Well, now he could settle the question once and for all. He would have a real bar mitzvah. He came to think of it as his great idea, a bar mitzvah that one could not possibly cavil at, in Jerusalem, at the wall. Characteristically, he went not to David Small, the rabbi of the congregation, but to Alvin Bergson, the president. "Why don't you check it out with the rabbi?" asked Bergson. "Well, I had in mind to have it done in Jerusalem at the wall, and since you're in the travel business—" "I see." Bergson was instantly alert. This was business. "When were you planning on going?" "I thought maybe July." "July is a good time," Bergson agreed. "And you'll be able to fly El Al direct from Boston, then, so you'll want a ticket to Israel. And Molly?" "Of course. So that's 2 round-trip tickets to Israel. And the rabbi, I'd want him along to conduct the ceremony. I'll even spring for a ticket for his wife if he doesn't want to leave her here." Bergson mentally rubbed his hands. "And a minion? You'll need 8 besides you and the rabbi." "No, B.B. is no fool. He doesn't go tossing his money around like a drunken sailor. A minion I'm sure I can get in Jerusalem. Of course, I'm planning a party afterward, and anyone who comes from here is invited, but I'm not picking up the tab for a free vacation for them." "Oh, sure, no trouble with getting a minion. I just thought you'd like to have your friends with you. Tell you what, maybe I can get up a charter, and that will cut expenses all around, and—" "Now, that's an idea. And you'll take it up with the rabbi?" "Leave it to me.